NTA10, Station for Excellence.
On the news tonight, President Tinubu commemorates 25 years of unbroken democracy at the joint session of the National Assembly. Gas explosion raises down shanties at Tejesho Market environs. Plus, entertainment and sports tidbits. Good evening, you're welcome to the news at 7. I am Ntami Egbe, the news in detail. The executive has enjoyed a good working relationship with the legislative arm of the government under the current administration. But then, President Bola Tinubu is seeking to take the relationship higher for the continued benefits of Nigeria and its people. The president was at the joint session of the National Assembly commemorating the 25 years of unbroken democracy.
Together, build our country. We have no other choice. It is our nation. No one, no age, no other institution or personality will help us except we do it ourselves.
Constructed library and resource center in the National Assembly complex. Meanwhile, prior to the joint session of the National Assembly, the House of Representatives observed a special May 29 plenary where lawmakers described 25 years of unbroken democratic rule as a remarkable landmark for Nigeria. Members of the House took turns to lend their voices on the gains, challenges, and expectations from Nigeria's democratic journey.
That of the nation's anthem.
We expect to get a taste of authoritarianism, dictatorship, and fascism. And you will know that what we have is setting a road path to a better society.
We have had prophecies that the country was likely not to survive some of our elections. But here we are. Here we are as servants in the temple of democracy.
We are over 300 different tribes, mother tongues. Yet, we allow debates openly and give and take. That is democracy. In those days, under the military rule, you dare not stand up to talk. Even in the media, you will be arrested for doing what you think is right.
As we speak today, the population of Nigeria as it stands, Nigerian women constitute about half of that population. And a nation that decides to underutilize the potential of about half of our population will go nowhere.
And if we are saying that we are practicing democracy, then there should be freedom and the same law, constitution that govern one part of Nigeria should also govern the other part of Nigeria.
And work hard to see that next year, when we are celebrating our 26th year of uninterrupted democracy, we should say we are happy that we can sleep outside with our eyes closed.
While we congratulate ourselves, that we must also charge ourselves. Charge ourselves by looking inward and looking at those areas where we should act and make Nigeria greater in the democratic process that we are running.
National Assembly correspondent reports that the House also passed a resolution urging the federal government and relevant security agencies to deploy additional measures and robust strategies to protect lives and property across the country. For the past 365 days, the federal government has been implementing policies and programs aimed at upscaling the country's national food production towards eradicating hunger and malnutrition, as well as making the country food secured. Investigation reveals that the government's food security drive has been impacting positively on the social and economic well-being of the country, as well as that of the smallholder farmers. Let's now join Musa Baba Aliu for details.
President Bola Tinubu took the mantle of leadership of Nigeria at the time there was a global food crisis. Nigeria was not exempted from the food crisis occasioned by drop in yields as a result of climate change, communal clashes, and scarcity and high cost of inputs.
We were unfortunate, we also suffered COVID and floodings in succession from 2022-2023.
The administration identified these challenges and declared a state of emergency on food security.
So this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu deserves commendation because it recognized that there was a problem and it immediately declared an emergency on food security and also went ahead to refocus the Ministry of Agriculture from Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security.
The government introduced special intervention in crop production in 2023. Farmers were given fertilizer and chemicals at 80% discount to produce rice, maize, and sorghum. 61,000 farmers benefited from the initiative.
The current policy of the government now of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is support to farmers so that there is going to increase production of food, because of the apparent national food security, food and nutrition security. So this is in line with the policy of the government, and this is also one of the objectives of the project.
During the dry season, government procured improved wheat seeds and distributed it to farmers in 15 states. The initiative has created wealth among farmers and injected 309 billion naira to the economy. Ibrahim and Adamu were among the 250,000 farmers that benefited from the wheat farming.
First one, they give me seed. The second one, they give me fertilizer and the chemical. That means herbicided.
Agriculture has become a way of life, has become a way of livelihood for earning, for survival. And we have to develop that culture of good agronomy practices so that we can increase the yield.
A major reform was introduced in the seeds value chain, which has given Nigeria international recognition. More than 300 new varieties of seeds were released during the year under review.
And for the first time, the National Seed Council, the Agricultural Research Council, and the Research Institute were challenging them because the national seed system of every country has a structure and a framework. So right now, for the first time after so many years of abandonment, we are reviving the national seed framework.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has also distributed 45,000 metric tons of assorted food as directed by the President. The food items were handed over to state.
Away from food security, the need for affordable housing and conducive business environment have been emphasized. Lagos State residents made the appeal in the aftermath of a gas explosion which razed down over 300 shanties housing people and businesses at Tejusho Market area by NTA Lagos Channel 10 station, Tejusho. Mwabufor Moye, who was at the scene, spoke to some victims.
Metelo, I was walking inside and my daughter was sitting outside. He just run, come and meet me and say, "Mommy, there is fire." All to come outside, I see everywhere was covered with smoke. I cannot bring anything out, just my children. This is all I have in my body. There's nothing left for me and my children. I don't have where to go. I don't even have anybody to help me.
It was a bad moment for hundreds of occupants of shanties at Tejusho who were counting their losses as a result of fire outbreak which emanated from gas explosion from a cooking cylinder at about 12 noon.
As I hear sound, when people they make noise, I think maybe they fight, you understand? So as I rush go outside, now I can see the fire. They say one girl want to on gas speaker. So from there, when I wire I touch for the gas speaker, now the fire for speed.
The victims say, although the state and federal fire service as well as security agents were at the scene early enough to salvage the situation, their efforts were challenged by lack of access road and the fact that the shanties were constructed with wood, which made it possible for fire to fester and consume their properties within a short period of time. So the fire service.
The fire service people, I don't own that siren way, that alarm way they use. They have come some minutes or hour ago, but nowhere to enter because now only this road is the only road where they can follow enter here, but no way for motor to enter. So I'm the only entrance where they follow enter here.
However, no life was lost in the fire incident. In Lagos, Mwabufor Moye, NTA News.
And moving on, the critical role of youth mentorship in achieving sustainable societal development has been emphasized at the Heal and Build Your Confidence Conference, a thought-provoking event hosted by the Bumera Foundation. Speakers emphasized the need for comprehensive programs that equip young people with the tools and guidance necessary to navigate their path to success. Ese Owamaka reports.
Bumera Foundation, a purpose-driven non-profit organization, hosted the impactful Heal and Build Your Self-Confidence Conference. This event conveyed motivational speakers, secondary school students, and their teachers, fostering a collaborative environment to address the critical issues affecting the well-being and development of young people.
Many of our youths are struggling unnecessarily through life challenges. I believe that our educational curriculum and parenting need to be modified to include skills for building true success.
There are a lot of wrong narrative that has been passed across to the youth through the social media, which is actually negatively impacting in their lives. That should give us a lot of concern.
The health and well-being, which is how we see ourselves socially, mentally, physically, actually helps boost our confidence in achieving our goals and aspirations.
Bolanle Musa, the founder and president of the Bumera Foundation, in a thought-provoking address, emphasized the collective responsibility of fostering youth development through mentorship and internship opportunities. Musa's call to action ignited a shared commitment among attendees to cultivate the full potential within each student.
A lot of things is happening in the society, and we feel that the youth are being affected. So all we need to do is to come under one umbrella. We know government cannot do anything, but we want to have an advocacy to create awareness for the students to know that there is people up there who can listen to them, who can hear their voice, who can hear their cry.
The conference transitioned into a dynamic interactive session where students actively participated, sharing personal experiences with peer pressure and bullying. This facilitated a space for open dialogue, generating valuable insights and coping strategies.
I've learned how to heal and build confidence because if you are not ill, you can never be confident. It don't determine about your background, where you come from, but where you are going.
We should stay away from drug because drug is not good for children.
The Heal and Build Your Self-Confidence Conference concluded with a prestigious awards ceremony. Participants were recognized for their contributions and potential, solidifying the positive impact of the event. In Lagos, Ese Owamaka, NTN.
We'll go on a short break. More reports afterwards. Please stay tuned. Do get here.
Expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. OneXBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert. You can be an expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. OneXBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert.
It's Maltonic time. Maltonic tonic. It's no resistance to the last drop. Cherry frenzy. It's good for me and you.
Maltonic is enriched with vitamins and minerals for that rush of vitality you need to reach greatness.
It's Maltonic time.
Davido, you've been nominated in multiple award categories. How do you stay winning?
Simple. I keep my eyes on the game.
You're welcome back. Minister of State for Agriculture, Dr. Aliu Sabi Abdullahi says, in addition to being consistent, President Tinubu has set a sustainable system to deliver on his campaign promises to Nigerians. Dr. Sabi Abdullahi joined other guests on Good Morning Nigeria to review President Tinubu's 1 year in office. Ibrahim Gunda reports.
Achievement say it may have been 1 year, but the foundation point to sustainable future. Minister of State for Agriculture Dr. Aliu Sabi Abdullahi says Tinubu's administration has been consistent and has established sustainable system for implementation of government policies across sectors.
If you need the agricultural sector to be transformed, you need to make it youth-centric, you need to make it innovative, and at the same time, you need to make it simple, but yet you have to also put in standards, you have to do grading, and all of these things are various things that you'll see.
The minister, who was among other guests on Good Morning Nigeria to review 1 year of President Tinubu's administration, hinted at measures to provide security for farmers across communities that are vulnerable to conflicts and attacks.
The president has a livestock transformation agenda also, that he wants all these incessant farmer-herder clashes can now be, taken care of. And so along this line, we have created what we call the multi-stakeholder platform for feed and fodder towards creating a feed and fodder industry for Nigeria, which is estimated to be about 23 trillion as it is.
Every sector beginning to look at education not as a standalone, but as a means to achieving all the ends. And then you find that if you adopt this, like the 3 million technical talents we are talking about, they are all in school. And so if you do that, you will find incentivizing it like the wife of the president is doing.
Last president said they were going to take out subsidy, but nobody had the real boldness to bite that bullet. So it's come with some pain, but there's going to be some gain. So I think that this 1 year, we haven't had a president that has shown this conviction and personal boldness and decisiveness in a long time.
The guest applauded the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu's initiative to add value to the country's food security. They, however, asked President Tinubu to extend the window of the student loan scheme beyond public tertiary institutions. In Abuja, Ibrahim Bello Gunda, NTA News.
And on to the entertainment scene. Nigerian popular singer Kiss Daniel is expected to release 2 new singles titled Double and Baby Sha. Ayomide Makinde has the details.
Popular singer Kiss Daniel is set to continue his fine form with the release of 2 new singles titled Double and Baby Sha. The singer has been in form in 2024. Kiss Daniel made this revelation on his Instagram page on May 28, 2024. In a post of him and his wife in what seemed like a video shoot for the new Baby Sha. However, The singles are expected to be released on May 30, 2024. Moving on, Nollywood actor and filmmaker Kunle Afolayan says he once took a bank loan to make a film. In a new interview, he spoke about the exciting future of Africa. Films to take over streaming platform in the next 5 years. In an interview with the podcast Limitless Africa. That is it on Entertainment News. I am Ayomide Makinde.
And from our sports desk, Abuja gears up for the maiden Chief of Defense Staff Basketball Championship. Details of this and more with Austin Edemodu.
About 300 young basketball players from within and outside Abuja are set to compete in the maiden Chief of Defense Staff Democracy Day Basketball Championship. The 4-day tournament, which begins on the 9th of June, will feature more than 10 teams competing in the male and female categories, with veteran basketball players also taking to the court.
It's also a way of engaging some of the youths within Abuja and during the period of this fiesta to keep them off trouble and crime.
Elsewhere in Abuja, Junior Secondary School, Jabi 2, have retained the Yila Skills Championship League after defeating their closest rivals, JSS 2 Jabi 1, in this year's final of 5-a-side competition in Abuja.
That is the only way you can bring children together to work for a common goal.
We play with all our energy. We got a good result.
The championship, which had 8 teams in attendance, was aimed at combining learning with skills for students in the FCT. Meanwhile, Super Eagles coach Finidi George has called up Enugu Rangers left back Kenneth Ibuoke for the World Cup qualifiers as Victor Osimhen's replacement. The latest inclusion makes it 3 home-based players in the squad. The African Footballer of the Year, Victor Osimhen, was ruled out of the South Africa and Burkina Faso World Cup qualifiers against Super Eagles due to injury. Finally, in boxing, the much-anticipated rematch between the undisputed heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury is scheduled to take place on 21st of December 2024 in Saudi Arabia. Usyk emerged victorious via split decision when the rivals met earlier this month to become the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis in 1999. With Sports Update, I'm Austin Edemodu, NTA News.
That's the news at 7 on NTA Lagos Channel 10. Thanks for watching. I am Ntamigbe. Let's now join Bamidele Yerenu, who's standing by for news translations in Ogu. Good evening.
Mechela mi kudo wejayi mo kudo asan gbetan e we ni son ni wa oto le tin to tejo show yin ton yin Bamidele Yerenu ni lode to ki government na do mu no o ho e na yin nu e na to pochonu but to feel na mo se no mo awu jije do bi o ho de me bu na so ahwetan we yin nu e ye kan bi o to po enu je han de mi don flow mi on e donu bu so be mi on to feel afafale chi to tejo show dali nundi o ho for de kan awe ko weyin lila weyin nu emiyan bi emebodu me e so to firole to tejo so dali to afafa adajamera chanete sin asanwe yo me no filo bodo yin ni chanto mi to nwa bu fo nwo yewe kan hobi ogbetole bo me so kan hobi ole do podom lo ajiji me mi lese bo nu lo dogba bo miyan bo be emi le podo fi po cho emi gan hen san filo e ma kan hen de pe afode to kone mi le cho e to kone mi le mo je me le fo so mo vi nyonu de we me na flo mi on bo nu ene dojo kaka je din mi dupe na ma wudo nu ene ma yi me de pe sin gbe zan da lo me do yi mo ja we nu e hen gbe to flan ma yin nu pe vi avava de somo wenye avava de fio to filo but men so yin mi so wa to le to I wa temi ton ji pe wa uchi mi lo to game eyin nu eyin adodo na do mo mi do pinpon dagbe na me jojale yi mo to gan no te na do dike bo nu kon yi natin won janwe alogi gan sin e bo na mo do mlo ile suna kan do po na do mo to gbo lo na yin nu e na golo na do de do nu konji ewe yin nu e ye zero te to tito de bomara sin otito zero te bonu e to hodo ye do hodo gbon jojale sin nu e na mo to kanji do susu to nu e na mo to kanji le we yin nu e ma gwalo na ye na do dike bo na hwen bo na so do nu yun e le je ye ni do e do na me yi meyin meji ele ni bo pon do nu e na dike bo jojale na no yun ile sun bo so dike bo so do o wa lo dagbe de jojale na dike bo na gbon eji do yin kan yi to nu e yin azan fode kan ni atonto de o meyin otobogan do je sanji we ye o moro mlo azan lo wa lo alopa we zera yi na do moro mo nu dudu eyin nu e yeze do adodo na do mo do nu dudu tin to toji mo janwe ina so dike bo a okuve na yin nu e maso na moto otomito si otun ayi gbaji e we yin nu e yeze do te to gbapon de yeze do te me we ye moro mlo nu dudu le sin nu de otogbogan ditan zera yi we yin nu e to jijo bo so hen nu dagbe wa na to vire bi bo ye do enele me we ye dike bo nu kon isotin na ye o me yin me no wa glazon pe vile bi we so mo kwe bo so yin nu kan to khoro me no filo Musa Gaba Aliu we hen go do mi yo me yin gripoto le bi we do mlo alogona we wa son otogbogan sin alome mo jan we ye so na ile na nu de je niza na do won mlo nu kan yisin to nu e do le me bo ye na su kweda bo ye na jokweda na e mo jan we otogbogan o so dike bo so do bo ndu bi oto me na gbetole to o sale le me na do mo nu du tinto otology to wele binu les raisons wato de yin ayimatenton dogbon glesien asan wa dali meyin we yoyin to Aliu Sabi Abdullahi we ko do dinomlo na do bai gona na nu eyin nu eyote wa to game do je game na meyin to gbogan Tinubu ton do ezi alo do te na do mlo nu emile do mi na bai na to vile emile oso wa mo meyin wiyan tolo Sabi Abdullahi we do ho podo me wa so fere le ko do si ayin to tito enti ton le no yoro Good Morning Nigeria ji to egbe na do pon onu he otogbogan Tinubu ko wa to pelopo dale Ibrahim Gunda we no filo odo yeme bi gba holopon do mlo oyin nu e wasan ibo so gbodo mlo nu e do lebi we o wasan do je eji na do mlo nu e do na to vile boyin ogbele de na ye bi ji we wasan do e we yin olin lo to egbe o mechele e ma so a o gan le to egbe mi aso peto asande fogbe esun to fun